Let it ride real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mop ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage can fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fence taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Never light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no damage. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence,
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed the year for parole because of the COVID. Together, know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. See the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Like we all come together. Cause they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
All right.
We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to walk. One step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let the lie slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga.
Because I'm willing to fight against drug dealers. If they Muslim, if they Christian, if they atheist, if they Buddhist, if they killing black men, guess what? I'm gonna say something about it. Because you know why? Just like
anybody hear me?
like your boy said, it ain't gonna happen. Guess what? I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs without me saying that. I'm not gonna do it. Even though I don't know you, guess what? Just like that's your boy, guess what? I'm your boy. Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody tell you crack. You know why?
No sound.
Because I never saw you.
Nobody can hear me. Can you say?
I hear you.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain,
That's
and a
one
lot
that
of
you
sorrow.
can hear
Got
me.
betrayed so fast, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope.
I can't hear
Cops
nothing.
got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I
Gosh,
close.
can
Now
you
I'm
say
setting
something?
fire to rhythm
Gosh,
band
we hear
views
you.
for this guitar smoke.
We hear you.
Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction.
You can
The
hear
world
me,
got
but
me
I can't
vexed.
hear you.
Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Feel like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good record. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how did you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword with a style that they might just record. The only thing equal is the curse for the wicked and the righteous reward. Have mercy on the many, don't see it separated from the tares. Now
I
all
can't
my
hear
prayers is
anything.
so
I can't hear
a
nothing
rebel
y'all saying.
take the
Y'all
world
saying
by
something.
word of mouth.
I can hear you.
UPK, we the rebels that you heard about.
I might need to go
And it ain't
out.
gonna stop till 100 virgins in the house and I'm handing verdicts out. Get rank, you ain't heard a clout without a shadow of a doubt. These devils hitting licks off us. Fuck the bank, I'm about to stone the pocket ticket off us. Can't sweet talk us. Cannot.
Clark, can you hear me now?
All right.
You hear me now?
Let me see.
Yeah, I've been hearing you.
Give me 1 second. I'm coming, y'all. I'm trying to. I know y'all can hear me, but I can't hear them. I can't hear nothing y'all saying. If y'all saying anything, I can't hear you.
Shalom. Can you hear me? Damn.
Apostle, can you? Apostle,
Yeah, I can hear you.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Some reason I can't hear y'all.
Yeah. We can hear you, but you choppy.
All right. What about now?
It's an echo.
Yeah, now there's a little bit of echo.
Okay. But what about now? Still echo.
Yeah, it's still there.
Echo.
Still echo. Okay, what about now? Still echoing.
Yeah, it's still echo.
Oh, wait. Okay, what about now? Still.
Yeah, it's still echo.
Yeah. I don't know why it is. Okay. That's cool. I'm gonna just have to do it from this one. All right, what about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you,
But I'm
but there's a
echoing.
slight echo. It's
What
getting
about
better.
now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
But I can't hear y'all. Say something.
Shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Hold on. All right, I'm gonna do something.
Before Egypt's first dynasty, there was
Hold on, give me 1 sec.
a powerful Nubian kingdom in what is Egypt. It existed long before Egypt's first pharaohs, but its history was erased. And in the 1960s, archaeologists at Gustul in northern Sudan discovered something shocking. A 5,300-year-old incense burner engraved with the king wearing the white crown of Upper Egypt. But here's the thing, this artifact predates Egypt's first known pharaoh, meaning there were Nubian kings who wore the crown first. Excavations at Cemetery El also revealed royal tombs older than Egypt's first dynasty, with artifacts of early forms of pharaonic symbolism, suggesting kingship started in the south before moving north. And let's not forget Kerma, Africa's oldest urban centers. Massive mud brick Tefufa structures in Sudan, built at least 4,500 years ago, prove that Nubian had advanced architecture in a centralized political system.
All right, so what about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sound good.
Egypt to the rest of Africa.
All right, there we go. How you sound?
We'll know about this.
I hear
Yeah, you
somebody.
sound great. Everybody's good, right?
Everybody
You hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Lord Grace. All right. So Wilder, sorry for the
Nile Valley civilization.
sorry for the hold up. Had to get a couple things together. So all right, tonight's show, all right, is a discussion that we're gonna have. It's a kind of like a continuation from what we had the other night, dealing with the seed of the serpent. That's Apostle Carlos. That's correct, right?
Yeah, that's it.
On the seed of the serpent, and you want to, first of all, I'm Officer of 5,000. I am Officer Thashiyam of the ISUPK and the Commander General, Your Honor.
Apostle Carlos Lamar, Refuge of Hope in Christ, various other pastors, international.
International,
Yeah.
internationally known. He got his cross on. Go ahead, Officer Kash.
Hey, Slacky, sir. Slacky, can y'all hear me good on mine?
I can hear you. You can't hear us?
My guns are all right. No. I got a text. Somebody said my phone was skipping. You know what I mean? So I was making sure everything my side was good, but all right. But yeah, this Officer Kaash, you know what I mean, out of Smyrna, Delaware. You know what I mean, checking in. That's all.
All right, so tonight's class, I'm always in class with Apostle Carlos and them. I talk to them quite a lot. I'm always teaching these brothers. I'm always trying to teach them and give them understanding. Last week we discussed, like I said, we discussed the seed of the woman, and we did touch on the seed of the serpent. And that's what led us to today's discussion. So, Apostle Carlos, we're gonna go ahead and let you start, man. You the guest, man. We're gonna let you start off, man. We're gonna let you go ahead and do your seed of the serpent, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
Now it's a discussion, so sometimes I may jump in there, I may ask you something, and that's how we go. It's just a discussion.
Right.
Right. So the first thing that I want to bring out is, and this is what I was saying, that in order to figure out the seed of the woman, we would also have to figure out the seed of the serpent and who the serpent is, right? So that way everything can flow. So the first thing that I want to bring out, I didn't want that. Let me see this. We'll go to the book of Genesis, right? I'm just gonna go to the book of Genesis. Let me do it this way. So if we go to the book of Genesis, we know that there's a conversation with the serpent and the woman before anything. So if you recall, last week I told you that the serpent is the Nakash, and I am emphatically telling you again that the serpent is not a man. The word for man is Adam. The word for serpent is Nakash. So we're going to go through, right? I'm gonna give this to you, and we're gonna have a good look at it and see what is really going on. Once we can find out who the serpent is, and then the woman comes into play and it begins to make sense. We know that the Bible says in Genesis 3 and 6, now the serpent was more subtle, that means crafty, than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, have God said you should not eat of every tree of the garden. So we know it's not a literal snake.
Are you saying Genesis 3 and 1?
3 and 1.
All right, you said 6. But go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Okay, well, my bad. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, you should not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. For God doth know in the day that you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So the Nakash has great knowledge, understanding, and wisdom of this tree of knowledge of good and evil. So he does two things. He tells a lie and he tells some truth. The truth was, if you eat it, your eyes will be open. The lie was, you shall not surely die. And the Bible says that when God does show up, and of course we know the whole thing as far as when the sin takes place. And then now listen to this. And the Lord God said unto the woman, that's Genesis 3.
Let me ask you something real quick, Apostle Carlos, if I can, real quick.
Yes.
Right, kind of like, what do you mean the Nakash? What the hell? Okay, so you know the Hebrew word. Okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean that that's some type of, you said that's some type of angelical being?
Yeah, a Nakash is, if you get into the word Nakash and you start going deep into it, the word Nakash literally means, it's a proper word for hiss. It is whisper, right? And the Bible condones whispering. The Bible says that a whisper is a separator of friends. It is also the word for a magic spell. So the Nakash is also able to operate with magic spells, which is witchcraft, right? This is where all this begins at.
So Apostle Carlos, let me ask you this then. Okay, so you're saying that this seed, just so it won't be dragging on. You saying that this seed is what though? Because it says the seed of the serpent is going to be enemies with the seed of the woman. You believe that the seed of the woman manifests into a physical being, correct?
Correct.
All right. So you got to believe that the seed of the serpent will manifest into a physical being, correct?
Absolutely correct.
Okay. So who is the physical being that's having the seed, and what is the seed? Can you get right to it? That's good. You know the Hebrew word.
Okay, so let me bring this out so we can clarify this, right?
Okay, so we got to go through this in order to get your point across. You saying?
Yes, I do. I got to read this. Okay, and the Lord God said unto the serpent, to the Nakash, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all the cattle, above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and thou shalt eat dust all the days of thy life. So then it says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So here we got a couple of things in play, right? We got the serpent being cursed, and we know that's not a man who's on his belly eating dust. I will give you a revelation for it, but you're not ready for it. I'll just say that you're not ready for that revelation about eating dust. It's you're not ready for that.
You might go have to bring it out, brother. You might have to, but go ahead. Okay, so okay, so I'm good. Are you getting ready to show us? Come on, Apostle Carlos, you got to get
ready to show you. I'm getting ready to show you.
You're gonna show us who the physical being is.
Yes.
That had this child and the physical child, right?
Yeah, children. Okay.
I'm glad you said children. I'm glad you said it. Go ahead.
Okay. Is there any particular reason why you're glad I said children?
Because it's more consistent with the verse itself. It's more consistent. I mean, if that's children, then the seed of the woman is children too. It's just one seed. But go ahead. I'll get into mine when I do mine.
All right. All right. So we're going to go over here to the book of Matthew, chapter 13. Right. And we are going to look at 13. That's what it is. And I want you to see this 13. And we're going to go to 24. So you gotta let me walk through this. So
hold up. I know you're not. Wait. You're not about to read 1 through 24. I mean,
no.
What verses you about to read?
I'm getting ready to start at 23, and then I'm gonna read a couple, and I'm gonna skip down.
Hey, come on. All right, man. Come on, Apostle, man. Don't
listen.
Don't drag it on, man, because it's all right. Go ahead.
Listen, this ain't elementary. This
all right,
is
so you about to show me who the seed of the who's the seed of the serpent and who's having it. All right, go.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to show you both of them. All right.
Okay.
Watch this. 23. Well, I'm gonna go to 24. Another parable he put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened to a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. And when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the householder came and said to him, Sir, didst thou not sow good seed in thy field? From whence had the tares? He said unto them, an enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, without then that we go and gather them up. But he said, Nay, listen to this. Lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let them both grow together until harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather you together first the tares and bind them in a bundle, but gather the wheat into my barn. Now, I'm just make a note of that. I'm going to skip down, and you're going to see exactly what is being said, right? Now, here's what this is talking about, because they didn't understand it. And they're like, okay, well, what are you really saying? So the Bible says that, let me go down here and find it. Let me come on down. I just got to skip down just a little bit for the time. Hold on. This thing might have skipped. Okay, hold on.
I'm about to doze out.
Hold on.
I'm bobbing out. You ain't. I told you about this guy here.
Okay. All right. So here we go.
Go ahead.
All right. 38. When Jesus sent the multitude away, he went into the house, and the disciples came to him, saying, declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said to them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. Is that not Christ?
Yeah.
Okay. The field is the world.
So are you saying that Christ is giving birth to the seed of the woman? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm gonna come back. I'll come back and let you.
Watch it. Oh, watch it.
You'll
Okay,
see.
but why you bring that up? Why you? Okay, go ahead.
Because I want to make I want to make some clarity that
All right,
look,
be careful.
the
I don't want you
sower
to
of the
get hit by a
seed
truck.
of the good seed is the Son of Man. The
Right.
field is the world. The
Mhm.
good seed are the children of the kingdom.
Okay.
But the tares, who are they? The children of the wicked one.
Right.
You catch that?
Yeah, I
The
got you.
enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels.
Okay,
So
so
there you have
who's having? Okay, so who? Remember the question: Who's in the audience? Don't worry about it. He does this quite often. He always float off.
No, I'm not floating off. No, I'm bringing you right back to it.
You
I
are,
want to
but
make sure
listen.
it's
All
clear.
right, Apostle Carlos, can you show us who's the physical being that's having the physical children? That's what you're supposed to show us. But hey,
So
listen, if you want to think about it while we show
no,
you, listen,
no. Let me tell you.
let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with this scripture right here, Genesis 1:11?
Yeah.
All right, tell me what you get from this in dealing with, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what I get from it dealing with this matter, right?
Okay.
It says, this is Genesis 1:11. It says, and God said, let the earth bring forth grass and herbs yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it is so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. Do you believe, Apostle Carlos, that everything is a seed after its own kind?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we dealing with now. You said that the seed of the serpent was angelical, some type of angelical being, correct?
No, the serpent himself is an angelic being.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Telling you. Okay, so now
what was the physical? What was the physical? This is what I'm asking. What was the physical being? What was the physical? What was the matter? What was Eve talking to? Was Eve talking to a snake? Was Eve talking to an angelical being? Because
hold on.
wait. Because you gave your breakdown. Can you
just
just
the show?
okay? But can you just answer like it was angelical or not? It was human. Look, it was human or not? Which one?
Hold on 1 second, because I'm hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Okay, all right. We got a runner. Back pockets and bottom of Nike shoes. Hey, you can go ahead and go next. I mean, go ahead. You can get in there, and then I get back on him because I'm.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like
tell you something about
where he was. I was trying to figure out where he was really coming.
Yeah,
he
ain't going nowhere.
I know, because I know you can hear me, but I'm saying like, so was he using this verse in Matthew to say that the seed of the woman is the good seed and the seed of the serpent is the bad seed inside this verse?
That's what I was asking. Is Christ having the seed? Okay, he asked you something about what you just said. Go ahead. He want to ask you something about what you just said, Apostle Carlos.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So the first time that we see this seed in the earth is Cain, and the Bible makes it very clear in 1 John 3:12. It says, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one and slew his brother, and whereof slew him because his own works were evil and his brother's righteous. So the first time we see the seed of the serpent is in Cain. It makes definitely a connection. And it said that Cain was of the wicked one. When we get to the book of Matthew, now we can go all through the Bible and find out who this seed is. These are wicked people of the devil. Now, mind you, how this plays out. The tare and the wheat look exactly alike. Unless you are a farmer, you don't know the difference. What happens is while they're still immature, you can't separate them. You don't know the difference. But as they begin to grow, the darnel, which is the tare, begins to bring about a black seed in the middle of it, which is toxic and poisonous. So what ends up happening is that these people are together. So you got two groups of people that look alike, walk alike. They got all these different similarities. But as they begin to grow and bring forth fruit or begin to mature spiritually, then it becomes evident that one is of God and one is of the devil. The problem is the devil has planted them every place that God's people are planted. The devil's people are planted also. I don't care if it's a church. I don't care if it's a camp. I don't care if it's a school. Anywhere that God is using people, the devil has sown his people in there. And the Bible said, do we need to just pluck them up and pull them out? And he said, no, because if you go to remove the tares, you're going to pull up the wheat, because sometimes wheat and tares have connected, and wheat does not understand that they're dealing with tare. So this is why he said, I got to do the separate.
Wait. Okay, we got you. All right, Apostle Carlos, we got you, man, because you drag on. Like when we go back and look at the videos, you drag.
I'm
dragging on. But wait, I got you. You got any questions you want to ask him on that?
No, I just want to bring it back to the point, because we're trying to figure out who Eve is talking to inside this garden. You know what I mean? We want to bring it back to that. You know what I mean? Before we get to the descendants, like who is Eve? Is Eve talking to a man? Is she talking to the Satan, like just like an angelic being? And what is this seed that has this physical child? You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so I've showed you Cain.
Okay, but wait, Apostle Carlos. Because listen, the only reason why is because you can go into a whole nother breakdown and you can read something else that don't have anything to do with what we're saying.
I got you.
All right, can you just tell us what is so we can get on ours? What is the physical being? Like these tares that you're talking about?
Cain, I'm telling you that.
So you're saying that Cain is having these babies?
Cain, listen.
Anybody that come from Cain. Let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm with you. Okay. Wasn't Cain killed in the flood?
Did he? Yeah, but did that stop anything? And of course, I can go to Genesis.
Are you saying that the seed of Cain didn't exist? That seed of the serpent didn't exist no more?
No, listen. If you want to get deep, we can go to Genesis 6. We can keep on
going. No. We don't. I'm with you on that. But you're saying if Cain produces,
he's not the only one.
Okay, no. I'm not saying he's not. But these people, are they physical that you're talking about?
Yeah, and they're evil.
Okay. Who's having them? Is it a man sleeping with a woman and having these children that you're saying is the seed? Okay, thank you, brother. That's all you had to do, man. Okay, so listen. Going back to this, everything is a seed after its own kind. So if you're saying, I just wanted to say this real quick. If you're saying that the seed itself is after its own kind and the seeds are men, why wouldn't it be men? But let me ask you this. I got a deeper question for you.
Because a man is not Nakash.
A man, okay, let's see. So is this being right here that we're talking about, this Satan, right? In Revelation chapter 12, I think that's Revelation 12 and
probably 4.
And they appeared a great wonder and close on me. The third part. Okay. So in Revelation chapter 12 and verse, where is it at where it talks about the devil? Okay, Revelation 12 and 9. Revelation 12 and 9. Can you read that for me? Or you want me to read?
I got it.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
Is the devil and Satan? Is this what would this be referring to the serpent? That old serpent? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And we're looking at the seed of the serpent, correct?
Whenever
wait, I'm asking you, are we looking at the seed of the serpent? That's all I'm asking.
When you're asking
Are we looking at the seed? Yes. Are we looking at the seed of the serpent?
Oh, you mean, are you looking at the serpent itself?
No, isn't this discussion about the seed of the serpent?
Yeah, but you're reading something.
Oh,
in
wait. Okay. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you see it. Remember, you see things the way white people taught it. We don't see. Wait,
I see things differently, brother.
Yo, I did not stop you when you was doing your ridiculous breakdown.
Okay, that's not white. That's proper.
All right. Yeah. That's proper. Yeah, that's proper. Yeah, that's proper white. But look, right here where it says, and the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan. So the serpent is called the devil and called Satan, correct?
Correct.
And we're looking at the seed of the serpent, correct? That's the discussion, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So let's go up to 1 King chapter 11 and verse 14. Apostle, could you do me a favor when you get there? Are you there?
Constant, I'm there.
All right, you can read it, and then I'm gonna ask him to do something for me. Go ahead, you got it.
This is 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 14.
You know what's coming.
And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was the king's seed in Edom. He was of the king's seed in Edom.
All right, so Apostle Carlos, this is the Edomite, and this is his seed. Can you tell me what the word adversary is there?
Somebody that is in opposition, adverse to.
Okay. That word adversary, in case y'all don't know, so let me blow it up a little bit. That word adversary is Satan. That's the word.
Right.
That's the word. I just want to hold on. I want to be clear. That's the word. The word is Satan. So it's saying, and the Lord stirred up the adversary, which is in the Hebrew, Satan, unto Satan. Hadad, the Edomite, he was the king's seed. So here's a seed of an Edomite, right? Of an Edomite who God said before they came out of the womb, before they did any good or evil on the other side of the flood, I hated one and I loved the other. So here's an actual physical seed. Oh, I got one more. Yo, can you give me Malachi 1 through 4? What do you? I just want to measure this seed right here. I want to measure this seed.
Okay. Right?
Because this seed will be an enemy to God. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
All right. I appreciate it. You got it?
Fine, sir. You want me to start at verse 1?
Please do.
All right. Malachi 1 and 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts.
Now listen to what God said. Listen to what the Lord said about Edom, the Edomites. Go ahead.
They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
No, just into the New Testament.
Forever.
No, just until Apostle Carlos wear his cross every time he go to church. It's forever, homie.
I never take it off.
Hey, yo. So Apostle Carlos, I just want to implement that in there, in this discussion. How would you implement that? Because here is a player on the other side of the flood, right? Mm-hmm. That God said in Romans 9 that before they even did any good or evil, he hated him. He hated Esau and loved the other. So I'm just saying, before because I can show you who the seed is, and I'm gonna let Kayash speak next, but I would like for you to get more into answering it from that perspective. I want you to answer exactly how I'm asking you, but Kayash, do you want to go ahead and say something? Because I know you said you wanted to ask him something earlier. You was breaking it down to me about the serpent and the seed. Something you were saying about.
Oh well, back in Genesis, 3:15 or 3:1. I know you said that Satan is the serpent, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so, it says that Satan was the most subtle beast of the field.
Uh-huh.
So my question was, if Satan is the serpent, what does the beast of the field, who are they in their Genesis 3:1? Like, what would they represent and what's going on inside the Garden of Eden, basically?
Okay.
That was my question.
All right. Good question. Good question. So when it is using that right there, we know that this serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And so when it is dealing with these beasts of the field, and we can go and look this up, this is dealing with the word, let me see, make sure I got it. It is the word, Hebrew word, che. I think that's the Hebrew word for it. And I just want to make sure that's what it is. The word there is talking about anything that is alive, raw, flesh, plant, water. It's got a whole bunch of different creatures. All of that comes into play. Spring, troop, all of those things are at play. So it is letting us know of all the things that God has made. The serpent that is in the garden is more crafty than any other thing. And if you can look, there's a whole lot of different animals, but it is relating and telling you that this serpent is just more crafty than the rest of them.
I know. So what are they? Are they?
I mean,
because it called out Satan. I mean, because you're saying Satan is the serpent. I
Right.
mean, it has a specific detail. So what are these other beasts of the field? Are they?
They would have to be beasts, animals.
They're just regular animals.
Right. And the Nakash is being used symbolic as a. Well, see, y'all are using the word snake. I'm using the word Nakash, even though it is a connection, right? There's a connection between the two because it's using it as symbolism.
Right. And we know the symbolism is because we're saying that the serpent is a man. You know what I mean? So we're saying the symbolism is the serpent is a man and that the beasts of the field are also men.
Okay.
So you're saying the serpent is Satan, and I want to figure out what the Christians say is the beast of the field. Like, who are they?
Beast of the field. Because if you're going to look up the word man, and if you're going to go by critical analysis, we can find the word man. I mean, that's real easy. All you got to do is find the word man anywhere you want to find and look up the Strong's definition, and it will tell you that a man is an Adam. God is
could a man in the Bible, could a man in the Bible spiritually be called a beast though?
I mean, you could act like a beast and be called one,
no,
but that's
not what I'm asking. I'm saying in the Bible, do God use his words and call man beast? Yes or no?
The Antichrist or the beast and the false prophet. It does use those terms, but it's
right.
Not
but no. I'm talking about for man, for mankind. He called mankind beast.
Mankind is really not referred to as a beast. You can act like one. You can be implied as being one, but that's not it.
Okay, so
the word man is the word Adam.
Okay, so you got that out in Ecclesiastes 3. I think it's 3:18. I want you to if you can, possible, you can break this down for us. I think it's 3 and
while you're getting that
18. Can you break that down for me?
And while you're getting that, remind you that Christ also told the Pharisees and the Jews, you are of your father the devil.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're
gonna as being a seed of the serpent.
No. It don't say seed. It says you of you. Me and you. Wait a minute. We can go there. We talking about the seed. Let's stay focused on where we're at. We had Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 18. You got it up?
Concert.
All right,
Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
So he's talking about the estate. Let me say this. He's talking about the estate of men. He's talking about, he says, the estate of the sons of men. That's what we're talking about. Mankind, men, right, Apostle?
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead.
That God might manifest them.
Might what?
And that manifest them.
Might let them manifest them. That means reveal to them. Go ahead.
And that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
No, or man.
Are beasts.
No, Adam. They are Adam.
Are beasts.
Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo, Apostle Carlos, is God saying and referring to men as beasts?
Oh, yeah, I don't have an issue.
All right, okay. All right, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate the honesty, because honesty is the first step in drug recovery, and we want to recover you. We want to recover you out of that, because guess what? Things that Christians say, man, this is just what they say, man. They say
things that Israelite deny, which is education.
All right, that's fine. They deny it. That's fine if that's what you want.
Yes, that's what it is.
But we can just know that you just got cut.
No.
You lucky it's not a debate. You lucky it's not a debate, man. You know you lucky.
Hold on. God is intentional. He intentionally put the word nakash there. And he intentionally put the word
nakash is not the but nakash is not the only Hebrew word, Apostle. It's not the only Hebrew word. Can I ask you another question, or you want to get
hold on.
All right, you got it.
Hold on.
You got the floor.
Let's see.
You need to recover from what I just did to you, man, because it's bloody.
No, you haven't done anything.
Blood all over the place. I got blood on my paparazzis.
No, brother. Let me go ahead and show you.
Lucky
all we got to do is go up, and we can find this right here. You can go to the book of Exodus, if you don't mind.
Exodus what? Where you want us to go?
Exodus 4 and 3.
Okay, I'm just letting everybody know this is my man, and he will change the subject on you.
No, I'm not changing.
He'll talk about car rides. You be talking about.
No, you don't have to worry about that.
You'll be like, man, and the car jumped over the bridge. I'm telling y'all.
Watch this. Now here's the cut.
Go ahead.
Exodus 4 and 3.
You said Exodus 4 and 3?
Exodus 4 and 3.
All right, I got you. Go ahead.
And he said, cast it. This is God talking to Moses.
Wait. Can you do King James, man? I was wondering, like you.
This is King James.
Okay, read. You said 4 and what?
Exodus 4 and 3.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a man and Moses. Is that what it says? It became a man. Is that what it said?
You said what now?
I'm trying to, because I'm gonna take your logic.
Okay, go ahead. You said, and he says what?
On the ground, and he cast it on the ground, and it became a man. And Moses fled from before it.
No, it says it became a. It says it became a serpent.
All right, so we know it ain't a man. Now let me cut you again.
What the hell does that got to do with?
Because that word serpent is the same word nakash.
Yo, man, would you cut it out? You know what a snake is? You know what a snake is? You know what a snake is?
Hold on.
All right,
hold on, brother. Hold on. That word for serpent is the same word nakash, which is telling you what it is. Now I'm gonna read another one for you. Exodus 7 and 15. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning, lo, and he goeth out in the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's brink and against it, and the rod which was turned to a serpent thou shalt take in thy hand. Now I'm gonna read, let me read one more for you, brother, to get much clarity. Numbers 21 and 6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much of the people of Israel died. So God sent men to bite the Israelites, and much of them died. That's what you want to tell us with the ignorance.
Okay, so no, what I'm telling you is that like you know how you my dog, you'll say it sometimes. You my dog. you can use it depends on the context on everything in the Bible.
There's a switch. I knew the switch was gonna happen. See?
No, it's no, because I showed you the context. Wait a minute. I showed you the context of men. I'm gonna give you another one. If you go to Revelation chapter.
Hold on before you run.
No, I'm not running. I'm about to answer.
Before you run, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Are these that God is telling Moses to throw his rod down and it'll turn into a serpent? Is that an actual serpent or is that a man?
That was a serpent.
The word
that's a serpent, but you can have. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Is the word?
Can you find me one?
Hold on. Wait. Can you? I'm gonna show you, man. But let me say this: the word, no word has dominance. Everything always have context. Like for instance, I'm about to show you right here. I just showed you once where the serpent was a man. I'm about to show you again. Hold on. Let me show you that the serpent is a man.
No.
If you go to Revelation chapter 12. Let me ask you a question, because you already said that a beast, God uses a beast for as a similitude for men. You said that, right?
Yes.
And the Genesis 3 says he's the most subtle beast of the field. Mm-hmm. So he's included with the beast that he's called man. Now, watch this. This is Genesis. This is Revelation. Can you give me Revelation 12 and 5.
All right, concept. This is Revelation 12 and 5. And she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations.
Let me ask you a question. Hold that up. This man child was the rule. Go ahead, keep going. I'm gonna ask you the whole thing. Go ahead.
Come. Who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
Is that Christ?
Yes.
All right, keep going.
And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God.
All right, so I want you to go up now. I want you to go up to verse 4.
Come, verse 4. And
Salakia. Yeah. Verse 4. Go ahead.
All right, Revelation 12 and 4. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Hey, yo, Apostle Carlos.
Yes, sir.
Right here where it says, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to deliver, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Who was trying to kill the child as soon as the child was born?
The dragon.
And okay, that's the spiritual application. But when Christ was born, who was there anyone physically trying to kill him?
Yeah, you got Herod.
All right, and he would be an Edomite, correct?
Correct.
Would he be the seed of Edom? Would he be Satan? Would he be considered in that context that we used in 1 Kings 11 and 14, the seed of Edom, which is referred to as Satan?
He can be a seed of, but anybody
is he a seed of? Is he? No, I'm not talking about the spiritual. Okay, I agree that we can be influenced by the devil and all of those things. I agree.
That is not a man.
That's not what me and you talking about.
So we agree that it's not.
Wait, listen. Me and you got to stay focused. Me and you talking about the physical seed, the physical individual that produces this seed, which you already admitted was a man. You already admitted was Cain.
Absolutely.
So we're saying, and if everything is a seed after its own kind, why wouldn't the serpent seed be a man after its own kind? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever called somebody a snake?
Yes.
You ever called a man a snake? You ever called him a rat?
Yeah.
And does the Bible use those allegories to define men?
Yes.
All right. So now okay, so because it ain't a debate, everybody got your point, they got mine. But let me ask you this question, if we can. When Eve ate from the tree, they was having a discussion from eating from the tree. Mm-hmm. Was they talking about a real tree? What was they talking about? An apple? What was they talking about? And what was they?
It was a real tree, Officer Tashion.
Okay, it was a real tree. So yes. And what kind of fruit was it?
There's a Hebrew word that is used, and that's why people relate it to an apple, but it doesn't say exactly what the fruit was. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Okay.
But we do know that it exists. We know it is a real tree. We know it is real fruit.
Okay. Can I ask you something? In the Apocrypha, it talks about, you know what? I ain't even gonna go there. We're gonna let that seed John go.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
No, I mean I could. I mean, that ain't a big deal. But what I wanted to ask you was about the you actually, Kayash, you got anything you wanna say?
Nah, sir.
You sure?
Con.
All right. So let's talk about the tree. Now you're saying it was a real tree. Can you show us in scripture how you define and say this was? So you say this was a real tree that she was eating from?
Yes.
And what kind of fruit was it?
We don't know, but it was actual fruit. It
was actual. You don't know.
Yeah, but it's not here on this earth.
Could it be huh?
It's not here on this earth right now. It's not here. It's not present.
Could it? Okay, so this fruit doesn't exist. All right.
Not here.
Man, I'll tell you, things that Christians say, man. You gotta say
things that, and I'm going to say for the record, things that Israelites are ignorant about. Now, let me prove that it's a tree. Wait a minute.
All right.
This is why I get a chance to put a dunce hat on people for not being educated.
All right, go ahead.
Watch this. Now, I'm going to prove this. See, this is easy. I'm gonna go right back to Genesis, right? Right. Genesis 23 and 22. Now you're gonna learn something.
You say you go to Genesis, where you going?
I'm going back to Genesis 3 and 22. You overcome ignorance with education. I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay, we appreciate it.
All right. And the Lord God said, behold, man has become as one of us to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat, which is literal, and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden till the day the ground from Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man he placed in the east of the Garden of Eden. Cherubims and a flaming sword was turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So does this exist, Officer Basham? Does Eden still exist? So let's
Eden still exists.
Okay, so I'm going to prove to you. All right, Officer Basham, go to the book of Revelations.
All right,
and go to 22.
Okay, so you're showing us that the tree is a real tree, right?
I'm going to show you that I got two places to take you.
Okay, so she was eating from a real tree. I want you to just really try to stay.
Yeah, she's eating from a real
tree. You about to show us. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so first we can show that this is really taking place. If you go to the book of Revelations and you go to Revelations 22, and I could go to another place. And Revelations 22 says this, 22 and 2. And in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, there was the tree of life, Officer Tashiam, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month, and the leaves of the trees were for the healings of the nations. It's over. You talking to a pro.
Man, oh man, that nigga crazy. Hey, your podcast called, man, sit your ass down, man. You sound crazy, man. You talking to a pro. Hey, yo, my man. You sound crazy. Yo, you want to add something to this, man? This guy, things that Christians say is something else.
Hey, man, things that Israelites don't know is something else.
That's my thing. Hey, is anything you want to add to that?
No, I I just wanted to hear the further explain it because you know what I mean. It says the leaves were for the tree were for the healing of the nations. You know what I mean. So you're saying this is literal?
This is literal.
And there is a literal fruit.
Yes.
Okay. And it's a fruit that comes every month.
Every month.
All right, break it down for me.
Things that Christians say.
Yeah.
You
Things
gotta
that
love it,
Israelites
man.
don't know.
Hey, yo, man, you got. Hold up, before you get into that, I wanted to ask you something. Who wrote this? Moses?
No, this is John.
Right. No, I'm talking about Genesis.
Genesis, yeah, it's attributed to Moses.
It's contributed to Moses.
Yeah.
And me and you went over this before. Moses would use similitudes, correct?
Yeah, but not right here, brother. Moses was in the spirit. But I do want to come back. Let me answer my brother.
Huh?
Let me come back to that. Let me answer my brother here because I want to.
Okay, because don't forget now we got to get to.
So I'm gonna give you a quick crash course in it, officer. Here's how this works. So Christ is the tree of life that we should be trying to get close to versus knowledge.
You said it was a real tree, huh?
No, listen, no, hold on. Let me finish. So since that tree was done away with, right? We go through Christ, and that's who gives us life now. But when Christ comes back and we deal with the 1,000-year millennial, those that have been glorified through Christ, they have eternal life. But there is going to be nations after the battle of Armageddon that are going to be natural people, right? They're natural people. They're not going to be partakers in the first resurrection. So the only way that they're going to continue to live is they're going to have to eat fruit from this tree every month in order to continue to live, which those that have been glorified won't have to do.
That nigga crazy.
Yeah. These are the nations. These are non-Israelite nations that are going to be doing this.
This boy wild. Hey, Apostle Carlos, man, you're a wild boy, man.
Well, I've spent years.
I know. Years. Hey, yo, years. Hey, yo, real quick. Hey, yo, can you go to Judges 9? I gotta ask Apostle Carlos a couple questions.
Okay.
If I may. We're gonna start at verse. Verse 8.
Where are you going?
Judges 9 and 8. We're gonna start 9 and 8.
Okay.
All right, Confer, I got it.
All right, you got it. Go ahead.
Judges 9 and verse 8. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them. And they said unto the olive tree, reign over us, reign thou over us. But the olive tree said unto them, should I leave my fatness, wherewith by me they honor God and man?
What is going on here, Pastor Carlos? What verse you at? What verse you at? What verse you at?
I'm on verse 9, sir. I read verses 8 and 9.
Okay, so when it says, but the olive tree said unto them, who is the olive tree a real tree, or is that?
No, that's similitude.
Oh, this similitude. This is similitude. So is it possible that a tree? I said, is it possible that a tree could be used as similitudes for people, nations? Yep. Huh?
Yes.
So it can be.
Yes.
All right. Can we go to Ezekiel 31 and 9?
Sir. Let me get that real quick.
I think that's 31 and 9. Let me make sure. Yeah. You can start at. Matter of fact, can you start at verse 2? I mean verse 3 and verse 3.
Sir. This is Ezekiel 31. You start at verse 3?
Start at verse 3. Mm-hmm.
Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon with fair branches and with a shadowing shroud and of a high stature, and its top was among the thick boughs.
So this is talking about a tree, but it's referring to a nation. Would that be correct, Apostle Carlos?
Correct.
All right. Can you go down to verse 8 and 9.
Come on, verse 8. The cedars in the garden of God.
Stop right there for a minute. Stop right there. When he says in the cedars of the garden of God, is this talking about the Garden of Eden?
No.
Okay, keep going.
Come on, sir. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide them.
Let me ask you a question. Is this talking about the Garden of God, Apostle Carlos?
Not literal, because that's not here. These are
okay,
similar.
but is this referring to the Garden of God?
Yes, it's referring to it. Yes.
Okay, I appreciate you cleaning that up. Keep going out.
The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of God was like unto him in his beauty.
So is this referring to trees in the Garden of God being nations and people?
Yes.
Okay, keep going out. Keep going. You know,
Verse 9.
you're an honest whipper. We just whip on you. It's honest.
No, I'm not going to lie against
Be
scriptures.
quiet and take this whipping. Be quiet and take this
Your
whipping.
belt is you.
Yeah,
You don't have
I got you. Go ahead.
I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him.
So it's saying that all the trees in the garden of God envied him. Would these trees in the garden of God be referring to
people.
Nations?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So can I ask another question? Can you eat the word of God?
Yes, you can.
I appreciate it, because you can. You can eat it. So what makes you think that can other nations have other fruits? Like, you know how we have fruits of the spirit?
Yes, sir.
So can other nations have fruits of their spirit?
Yes.
All right. So I'm just based on what we're reading, that trees and Moses, who wrote the first 5 books, right? Use this as an allegory. Use this as an allegory and said that Eve was taken from another nation, because in the Apocrypha it says just that. It said it actually says that was the beginning. You got that out? You got that? You know that precept?
Hold on.
Okay, you got it. Go ahead. You got it.
Let me get in there.
Can you do me a favor though? Can you refute what I'm saying though?
No, because I'm educated. So those are similitudes.
Okay, never mind. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. That's a discussion.
But what you cannot deny is what the text actually is alluding to. So you want to make Satan be a man. Do you disagree that he is a fallen angel?
That sounds crazy.
Okay,
that sounds sick. It sounds like you didn't talk to the white man on the side of the bed and y'all just was talking all night and he was telling you all these stories.
Okay, all right. So let's go to the book of Job. You're gonna get your head cut off right here.
So now we
No. Hold your peace.
He loves changing the subject, man.
Hold your peace, brother, and you're gonna take this whooping like a man. I'm getting a good belt out for you too. So let's see. We're going to Job 1 and 6.
1 and 6. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got it.
Now there was a day when the sons of God, the Hebrew word there for sons of God, so nobody gets it twisted, is B'nai Elohim. So these are actual angelic beings.
Are these the fallen angels?
No, they're not. Oh. They're not. Okay. So there was a day when a B'nai Elohim came to present themselves before the Lord. Also thought young.
Is this the fallen angels?
No, brother. Just hold on. Hold on. Let's put it where it belongs. And the Lord is in all capitals.
That means that it's
Satan, the white man, came also among them. Is that what it's telling us?
No.
The Edomite came also.
Wait.
No. Wait a minute. I need you to be quiet, brother. Wait a minute. I want you to take this education.
My man. What verse you at?
I am in 1 and 6. Now
Okay,
there
yeah,
was a
Job.
day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
Okay,
And
go ahead.
Satan, right?
Mhm.
So let's
Yeah.
look up that word Satan,
Uh-huh.
Satan, also Hebrew, an opponent, especially with the article prefix Satan, the arch enemy of good, adversary, withstander, came also among them. So we know these sons of God are not normal men because it's Benai Elohim. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and from in the earth, and walking up and down in it. No man is going into heaven and coming back down in the earth.
This nigga big man,
So
bro.
you dead right there. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man that feareth God and escheweth evil? And Satan answered the Lord and said, the Job fear God for naught. Hast thou not made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he had on every side?
Hey,
Thou
Apostle
hast
Carlos, can
blessed
you get
the
to
work
your
of his
point, man?
hands,
Can
and
you just get to
substance
your point?
is increased. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
You just do so much reading. Now.
Listen, brother. You're doing way more reading than me because you're going from
No,
scripture to
you know, you
scripture.
read the whole chapter. You go.
So here's the no. I'm not going to read the whole. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. Also, Tashon, that is a scene in heaven, and God is sitting there, and there are the sons of God. And if you want to know who the sons of God, we can go into another place in Job, and we can show that when God created the earth, the sons of God was right there watching the Benai Elohim. So that's not men. They was there when God created the earth. We can find that in the book of Job. This is Satan, Al-Satashiam, at his best. So for you to try to make him into a man is kind of funny because anybody can be an opposer. But there is one called Satan. And I'm going to clarify.
Okay, so let me respond to that. Hold on.
Can I read one more? Wait a minute. I want to read one more.
Okay,
and then
go
I
ahead.
want to
Because you just always change the subject. We supposed to be talking about the seed of the serpent.
Wait a minute, brother. You're trying to prove that I'm calling out as being the Kosh.
No, I'm saying the physical serpent was a man that was tempting Eve to take. Listen, wait, to take from another nation. She took something from another nation.
That only works for people who quit school in 3rd grade.
Okay,
if
so
anybody gets educated, they laugh.
Okay, so let me ask you a question: do God tell the Israelites not to take from other nations? Yes or no?
He has told them to take from other nations. Remember?
Okay. Can you give me Judges? All right, I got you.
I
got you. Give me Judges 3. I got you.
Hold on, Stasham. You don't need all these scriptures. Wait a minute.
Wait, I'm going to answer your question, but first I'm going to cut you. No,
wait a minute.
No, I'm going to cut you first.
Wait a minute. You trying to run, brother. You're
no,
trying to
answer you. Yo, that's nonsense.
Let me get my other scripture in, Stasham.
I will. Judges,
I just need to yield for 1 minute.
I got you. Judges 3.
Watch this.
No. You said that he tell us to take from other nations. Yo, can you go to
Judges?
Judges?
Well, let me finish it, and then I'll let you run with it because I only got one to read.
All right, don't forget you said that God told us to take from other nations.
Okay, and I'll stand on that one right there. Possess the land from other nations, all the ites, remember? So
we didn't say possess. We said take, meaning be like other nations. Be like other nations.
No, that's different.
All right, are we allowed to take from other nations, meaning take their culture? Wait.
No, you're not. No, you're not supposed to take their.
Okay, then. So that's what we're saying in the Garden of Eden. We're saying that Satan tempted Eve to take from another nation.
Also, Tasham, hold on. Let me read this one about Satan, and then I want to deal with that. Listen,
right.
Jesus sends him out, and you can find this in the book of Luke, chapter 10, verses 17 through 19. Now, what is going on here right here? And the
Where you at?
I'm in Luke 10, 17 through 19.
Luke 10,
17
to 19. All right, I got you. Are you good?
And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Was that a man also thought you on?
That's the spiritual being.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
let me give you an example. Hold on. Wait.
Okay.
Let me give you an example, because you mixing the two, and that's what I mean. Me and you supposed to have been having a conversation about what's the physical seed of the serpent.
I've shown you the physical seed.
You didn't. You didn't show us nothing. You said it was some type of winged angel, angelical being. You never told us what's the physical is. Let me ask you this before I answer your question. Is the serpent in the garden, is it a physical snake with wings? Is it a man? Is it what is it?
It is also Dashan.
Just tell us what it is.
Supernatural being.
Okay, what is it?
And it tells you that when you read Revelation, that old serpent, it told you who he was.
Right, but it says the old serpent. It calls him the serpent. It calls him the
dragon.
devil. Wait. It calls him
all of those.
Right, but it's the one that stood before Christ, ready to kill him as he was ready to devour. But listen, he got wait. You're answering it yourself. He got three names. So when you go and you look at Satan, Satan is the spiritual angelical being. That's the spirit. When he says calls him a snake, that's just an attribute that's talking about the individual. He's saying that this dude is a snake. All right, that's what he's saying, because he came and he tempted and beguiled Eve to go against God. So that would only be somebody that's low down. Let me ask you a question.
Who taught you this? Who taught you this dumb doctrine?
All right, so are you saying that every time you say that, we prove you wrong? Let me ask you a question.
That's dumb. All
right,
do the Bible.
All right, do the Bible illustrate you can be low and be brought high? Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So if you can be brought low, you can be low. If you can be brought low, that means that you're a snake. You somebody that's low. That's what exactly mean. You know why it doesn't make sense to you? Because you understand the Bible from the mind of the white man, and you don't have. Wait, hold it. Let me finish. You don't have the spirituality. This is a black book. This is a black book. So because this is a black book, right? You got to understand, because this is a black book, it requires a black interpretation. These are equally. So I'm gonna ask again: if the trees could be nations and the trees could be people, and you could eat doctrine, that would make. And you already said that the seed of the serpent is man. Why wouldn't the serpent just be a man? If God uses, just listen, if God uses allegories, similitudes, we read that all the gardens and all the trees in the garden was envy of another tree. You already admitted that those are people, and that those are men. I mean, instead of, I'm just saying, man, I ain't trying to, change you or nothing. But instead, I know, but I'm saying instead of picking up the banner for the so-called white man, why you can't pick up the banner? Wait, why you can't just pick up the banner for yourself? Because in reality, Apostle, I mean, let's think about it. In this discussion, you have admitted that the serpent was a man. You have admitted that the trees were people and nations. You admitted that in Ezekiel 31 that it was talking about the Garden of Eden. I'm just saying, in a discussion, why if it was the things that we're saying, what makes it so wrong? What makes it like, okay, you know what? It could never be that. If you're saying that the serpent produces men, I'm just saying.
Okay.
And why can't Satan be called as a person, as a being, a human, a snake, a rat,
Okay.
a no good human that's low and want to bring you low? Explain. I mean, seriously,
Okay.
instead of doing the the whole little church thing, can you just like break that down, man, and just tell us? Yeah, go ahead. Just tell us, brother.
First of all, education, right? That breaks ignorance. So I'm not.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean educate? Do you mean that you have to go to America's school system and you need to learn what the white man says before you can read and understand the Bible? What do you mean education? What do you mean?
Okay.
Now I got to put you on the hot seat.
I'm glad you put me on the hot seat. I love.
All right.
this.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
So
education?
number one. So everybody listening, Christianity by the Romans is not the same as the Christians that are in the Bible. The Christians that are in the Bible, Africa, and I've shown you that, had the gospel and were Christians way before it went to Europe.
Okay, show me right now so we can end it. And I'll always give you the prop. Show me a 66 book Bible before the transatlantic slave trade in Africa.
That has nothing to do with it also.
It does. You just said that the Bible, are you saying that the Christianity that you believe in was in Africa, correct?
Way before, and there was African.
All right, so
scholars.
can you show me a 66 book before the transatlantic slave trade?
No, there isn't one.
All right, how many books do you have in yours?
Okay, so wait a minute.
How many books do you have in yours?
I got a few different Bibles. I got one that's got the Apocrypha in it, and I got one who doesn't.
Do you have a 66 book Bible?
Okay, so let's
yes or no? Do you have a 66 book Bible?
Yes, I do. And
all
I
right,
have
and is that the Bible? Is that the Bible? Is that the Bible that you use and teach at church?
If I'm not going to teach something out of the Apocrypha, which I don't put a lot of weight in,
right? So therefore, okay, then. So therefore, the gospel that you talking about didn't exist.
Oh, okay. So what year? Wait a minute.
I'm gonna let you go.
I got you.
I just want to get this.
I'm gonna share my screen.
All right, but I just want to get this through the audience when they.
Okay, so we want to get this.
All right, wait. I just want to make sure that what he's trying to say is that the Christianity that the white man taught and beat and raped and robbed and stole and took everything they could and put it into us, he's saying that this was the same gospel that was in Africa. I'm saying it's not, because they took 14 books out. So it can't be the same book. Now you got it.
Okay, so Al-Sadashian.
Yeah.
You said that if I could show you before slavery that the books were removed, you'll just quit, right? You'll just stop all that. Right?
I said, show me 66 book Bible. That's what I told you before the slave trade.
You said that you want to make sure, because you don't believe that it was only until slavery or after slavery that the 66 books were removed. You know, but that's when it came into use, and they removed the Apocrypha, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, also, Tashian, I am going to do something for you, sir.
Send it to me and I'll put it in.
Oh, I got you right here. I got you right here.
Send it to me.
Can you pull up this screen, sir?
I send it to my phone. What are you sending?
I can do it right here. I can do it right here. I already got it where I can present it.
Okay. I told you could present something, Kayash.
I know. I'm not logged in. I got invited on there.
He's not logged in either. He's invited too.
Okay. Also, Tashian, can you share my screen?
I'm on my phone. That's why I'm on my phone. I don't know.
Okay. Also, Tashian,
yeah.
You will never say anything about Christianity again and go with this false narrative. In 1534, Martin Luther's Bible was the first to separate the Apocrypha as a intertestamental section, noting they were not divinely inspired. This was before slavery.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
No. You're gonna keep your promise. You're gonna keep your promise.
I am. I'm about to right now. Okay, I'm about to say.
Make good on your word.
The slave trade started in 1492, my man.
We're at in the Americas, Officer Dashian.
It started.
When did
It,
come to the
it
United
started.
States?
It started in the Taino Indians in 1492.
Wait a minute, Officer Dashian.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Stop. You just went and you just pulled something and you was wrong. The slave trade. Listen, yo, my man, you go. Look at. Are you gonna let me finish?
Yes, I want you.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
No, you go.
No. Go ahead. Look. Me and you've been over this over and over and over again. When they initially had the Bible, it had the 14 books in it. They used it to find the Americans. Once they found the Americans, that's when the plot and the scheme began to take it out. You just went to Martin Luther. Martin Luther happened in 15 something. I think it was, let me put it back up. 15 what? 21. So it's just like I said, after the slave trade, man, look, they took that thing out. Before the slave trade, those books was in. Martin Luther is the father of the Protestant movement. He's the father of what y'all doing.
1619 is when the slavery. 1619.
No, that started in America. The transatlantic slave trade started in 1492. I'm gonna put it up.
To who though, Officer Dashian? Who was it to?
The Taino Indians was taken.
Hold
on. I'm about to answer. The Taino Indians was taken to Spain.
Okay, so what does that got to do with us?
What are you talking about? It got everything. That's the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade. Let me tell you. Let me answer. Those are our brothers. Brothers.
Officer Dashian, the Taino Indians were separate.
Taino Indians.
Taino were separate from everybody, isolated from everybody. You know that, right? So here's the problem. They took them into slavery. They weren't reading no Bible, Officer Dashian. So why would they have? No. I want you to stay right there.
What does that got to do with my foot in your ass right now?
I'm getting ready to show you. I'm getting ready to show you the foolishness.
All right. Well, I'm trying to figure out why you.
Wait a minute.
Hey, Apostle Carlos, man.
I'm gonna show you
this discussion, man. I've been putting my foot all in your ass.
Listen. Here's the problem with what you're saying. Why would they need to remove books from the Bible for slavery? I'm gonna show you how.
I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on. Let
me lay out the premise first. Okay. You want me to believe that they remove books out of the Bible because they
get mad now? He getting mad.
No.
You cannot get mad, man. You better pipe down, boy.
Now listen. Now listen. I want you to think about this.
Go ahead.
Why would they remove books from out of the Bible because of slavery when black people who were Africans couldn't even read the Bible? We didn't understand their language. So we couldn't read anyway. So what would be the purpose of them removing stuff out of the Bible if we couldn't read? We did not.
Let me explain it to you.
Let me lay it out.
You asked me a question. You want me to answer?
Okay, but I'm gonna lay it out. So it makes 0 sense to remove books out of the Bible when we couldn't read the Bible anyway. We weren't allowed to read books. We didn't understand their language. We had to be taught these things. So again, that is foolishness. We came over here already as Christians. We came over here already as Muslims. And we came over here already as just heathens and worshipers of Ndebe, who is a spirit god in West Africa.
Yeah,
you need to know the real history, brother.
Yeah, I got you, man. You go wait. Yeah. That don't have nothing to do. You just
it's got everything to do with it.
Man,
see how crazy that's. They removed the books so we couldn't know who we was at, and we wouldn't have known if we was reading it anyway.
The transatlantic, listen, Apostle Carlos, just so you know, man. The transatlantic slave trade started in 1492. When they got to New York,
put it up on the screen. Can you put it on the screen so we can see it?
Actually, yeah. Hold on,
Officer Dashian.
Hold on.
After holding this conversation, I have lost at least 5 points in my intelligence. I just got 5% dumber after listening to these statements that you're running around making, and then you want us to believe this.
So are you saying that? Are you saying that the transatlantic slave trade did not start in 1492?
It can start. I got the history on it. I know when it started, but it didn't
So
start.
wait. So did it start in 1492? Yes
It
or
started.
no?
I could actually go a little bit further than that, but
All right.
that's neither here nor
So
there.
therefore, you making these silly comments sounds crazy because it's like you're going against yourself. You
No,
laughing because wait, you're laughing because I'm saying that the transatlantic slave trade started in 1492, and you start giggling. And
also thought you off. You know
what?
why? Because we couldn't read the Bible anyway.
No, okay. So let me respond. Let me
That's why I'm
respond.
laughing. Like we couldn't. We didn't
My
read
man,
it.
my man. Did we learn how to read?
Do you know how long it took?
Wait, I'm asking you. Did we learn how to read? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right.
And you know what?
When did they finally take the 14 books out of the Apocrypha?
Let's see, Officer Tasham. So I don't
Do
want
you
to.
know what? You don't know when, Mr.
It don't
Giggles?
matter. It doesn't matter.
All right, it does matter because at that point we were getting more into academia. We was getting more into reading. We was getting more into understanding. Do you know who Nat Turner is?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you
All
believe
right.
that?
So it was officially removed from the Protestant Bible in 1885.
All right. So
Also,
when did we
Officer
come off
Tasham.
when did we come off the plantation?
It was somewhere right within. It was a little bit before
Yeah,
that.
right in that moment.
It was before that, Officer Tasham.
No. What I'm saying to you is they removed it because we learned how to read. See,
Officer,
wait a minute, Apostle, wait a minute. Let me finish because like you laughing, but you laughing at yourself because you're the one saying it, and then you're laughing. You're saying that they wouldn't have removed it because we don't know how to read. Do you think that we would have ever been able to know how to read, or do you think that they thought that we would ever be able to know how to read?
let me answer it for you.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
They knew we was going to eventually.
All right. So they do. All right. And if Christopher Columbus used the Bible to come over here, did they give us a new language?
Did they? Eventually, we learned it. Yeah.
No. Did they? When they came to this side of the earth, did they make up a new language? Yes or no?
No.
They didn't.
No.
God, so we don't have a new English.
I don't know what you're talking about, Officer Tashion.
So, all right. So is this English over here called New English? Is there an old English and a new English?
It is the same English. It is just simply a different dialect. I mean, you listen to people speak from London or Britain, they still speak English.
Did they make up any alphabets?
I don't know, Officer Tashion.
So if you didn't know, they made up.
I don't have no female energy.
Okay, I'm about to tell you. The letter J, they invented.
J is nothing but an I, Officer Tashion.
Well, make the I sound. Let me hear you make the I sound. Make the I sound. Make the I sound.
I, it's nothing but an I.
All right, can you make the J sound?
You know that's J. I mean,
so those are two different. Okay, so it's two different sounds, man. It's two different. Wait. Did they make a? Because I'm trying to figure why you laughing at yourself.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm laughing.
What?
Because Officer Tashion, listen. If you wanted to hide something from slaves, I wouldn't have ever given them the Old Testament to begin with. Right. And the reason why I wouldn't have given them the Old Testament, because the Old Testament, if all they knew was Africa, right, they could read the Old Testament and start saying, hey, I can follow my bloodline. If nothing else, I see descendants of Ham. I know this is Ethiopia. I know this is Egypt. I know this is Africa. They could have listen. That was the clearest distinction of identity, because wasn't nobody just running around hollering that we were Israelites. You do know that, right? You do know that. You do understand.
What? You said what?
Didn't nobody hit boots on the ground over here and holler, "Hey, I'm an Israelite." So if you wanted to hide,
that's not true. That's not true.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
But I'm just letting you know that's not true. They did say that. I just want to let you know they did say that they were Israelites.
Okay. So check this out. I would have hid the book of Deuteronomy. This is what made slaves start. When slaves start reading, they start saying, "Hey, this Exodus, all of this stuff begins to look like what we're going through." And then later they introduce the slave Bible, and they start removing all of this stuff out that would help them identify with people that are like them. And then they start adding stuff in the New Testament, like, hey, just slaves obey your masters. So, listen.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Hold on for 1 minute. Let me pull up something. It's gonna help you out. It's gonna help you out.
So I mean, it's just silly.
Yeah, it is. I'm about to read it.
It's silly.
Now let me get this straight. You just said, I just want to make sure what you said. You just said that,
and there was Christian scholars who came.
All right, you
over
said,
as well.
I got you. You saying it was silly, and they would have just took out the whole Old Testament if you ain't want them to know it. Well, let's see.
Absolutely.
It says this right here is the slave Bible.
Uh-huh.
It says on display now in the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. is a special edition centered on a rare Bible from the 1800s that was used by the British missionary to convert and educate who? Slaves. Let me make sure you can see that. Slaves. Let's see what they did. Let's see what they did. It says they removed about 90% of the old, just what you said.
That's what I said. Oh,
wait, stop.
God. Wait.
My man.
Didn't I? Wait a minute.
Can you stop for a minute?
Hold
because
on.
You can't say, wait. No, you can't. You was arguing. Hold on, Apostle Carlos. Hold up, man. You can't. I didn't talk when you was talking.
No, I just want to make a point.
All right, so let me correct you. You messed up. You said you would do it. I agree with you. I agree. And look at the year that they did it. Hold on. They did it in 1807. So in 1807, while we were on the plantation, when they gave us a Bible, they took out 90% of the Old Testament is missing, and 50% of the New Testament is missing. So in the contrary, it's actually saying what we're saying. Is that they were trying, let me just say this, they were hiding it from us. But this is the issue and the problem that you have, Apostle Carlos. Just listen. There were already Bibles all over the world. So it wasn't like you can hide it and say, you know what? These books never existed. Even in the book of John, Jesus is celebrating the Apocrypha. So you can't just eliminate it. The only thing you can do in the new world is take the 14 books out. And that's what they did. Wait. I'm just saying, that's what they did. They took those 14 books out. But the slaves, they did exactly what you said. They took out the Old Testament and they just left the book of Psalms. So it proves that they were hiding it from us. Yes or no? Wait. Yes or no? Can you just say this before you go?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I want you to think about this.
I appreciate it, man.
I never seen what you picked up, right? But I'm just looking at it from an educational standpoint, that if I wanted to keep a people from identifying any kind of way of liberty, I will remove anything that deals with bondage and God getting people free. Now, listen, wait a minute, you don't have to remove the Apocrypha for that. That book of Exodus, listen to what I'm saying. That book of Exodus, the book of Genesis, if you just start following the breadcrumbs, it makes it clear what God's intention is. So what I'm telling you is that the Apocrypha and all of this stuff with slavery, that makes no sense. You remove things from slaves that are going to give them ideas. And this is why they started doing that. Now, on the other thing I want you to understand is this.
Christians say the darnest things. Y'all just say
Alpha Stajan, you ought to give me my props for calling it out without even reading it. Never seen that information. And what I am telling you,
calling what out. Everybody knows that there was a slave Bible. Everybody knows that.
I am telling you that they couldn't even read. So let me show you.
Can I show you why it was in?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah. But after you're done, we're gonna close out. So go ahead.
Okay, no, because this is really just getting good. This is really good.
Yeah, it is. But it's getting pretty. I only want to keep it like 2 hours. I don't want to keep it too long.
Okay.
I mean, I
let
don't
me
have
say,
no problem with it, man. You can keep rocking, but my man, he gotta bounce.
oh,
But go
okay.
ahead, I'm listening.
All right. So, Officer Tashan,
Yeah.
you do understand that we have, and it's gotten better within the last 20 years, that a whole lot of young African Americans in our term, where we at in our times, they're illiterate, right? So reading is how you become educated. Knowledge is power. And when you have now, if we in the 21st century and we're still trying to make sure that our people are not illiterate, hiding or taking something and out of the Bible, it wasn't going to make much sense. And let's just be honest. What do they always say about black people? If you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. You ever heard that before?
Yep.
All right. Why is it? You know why? And I'm just being totally honest. You can call it the white man, whatever you want to call it. Black people would much rather be entertained than educated. That's truth. We love entertainment,
right,
and we knock education. That's true. And education in the Bible, all the Bible talks about is my people perish for lack of knowledge, right? You don't perish for lack of education. You don't perish for lack of material things. You perish for lack of knowledge. So what I am telling you is that for them to remove that out of there, you can give a person who is illiterate a book and it can tell them if you do A, B, and C, you'll get $10,000. An illiterate person is not going to get it. So again, this is superstition. It is silly to come up with these things. It really is.
All right, so let me show you something.
Let me just say this upon closing. Black people who learn to read were actually being whipped and killed. That's why I put such an emphasis on education. And I do want to make this. Now, me and you, we mess with each other all the time. But when I was going to school and I was in level 1 classes, that was frowned down upon. Like, oh, you're a smart kid. That's a bad thing. And then we parade those with sports, which I happen to be able to play also. But the truth of the matter is most people are not going to make it in sports. What we should be doing is getting all of the information, all of the education, because it is a proven fact that the better your education, the more better off you'll be in life. You can teach that to your children. You can apply it for your jobs, and it just helps to be more informed. And I'm just letting it go. Officer Black people.
Come on, man. Would you come on, man?
Just let me rock out on this one, brother. Listen, you're gonna like this. Listen. Black people, we have the worst. No, I'm just gonna be real. This is just real talk. We in 2025, and just last year, Officer Tashan, there was an epidemic with AIDS and all kind of venereal diseases from Atlanta to Houston because of people not realizing, hey, we too late in the game to be having unprotected sex. We should know that. What are we doing? That's a problem with all of the murders and all of the jail and all of that. Yeah, so I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't think the white people have a hard time because black people are doing a pretty good job of destroying themselves. You don't need white people. You don't even need the Klan. Niggas, what they are doing a good job. Always attacking.
They get tight. That last one hit it. That last one hit it.
Women now, black people. Yes, I said it. Niggas are the number one enemy of black people.
All right, let me ask you this, Apostle. Can you agree that the Bible used to have 80 books in it?
Yeah, I can agree that there was books.
Okay.
In it.
And what's the reason why you say they took it out? Can you make it real quick, just right to the point? Why do you think they took those books out?
Well, for one, Second Ezra, they proved that it was a fraud. It was not written by the Ezra in the prophets, and it had been tampered with by Christians because Jesus should not be in that book. Now, Maccabees and some of the other ones, I mean, they're historic, but some of the other stuff.
Okay. So this right here is the so-called white man that made this movie in 1992. And in this film, listen to what they say. Listen. And Kayash, I want you to pull it too. Listen to what they say.
Why did you wish to sail west?
To open a new route to Asia. Asia is the richest kingdom, the land of spices and gold. At the moment, there are only two ways of reaching it. By sea, sailing around the African continent. The journey takes a year. Or by land. But the Turks have closed this route to all Christians. There is a third way. By sailing west across the ocean sea.
The distance is unknown. It's said to be infinite.
Superstition. I believe the Indies are no more than 750 leagues west of the Canary Islands.
Can you be so certain?
The calculations of Toscanelli, Marin de Tir, Esdras.
Esdras is a Jew.
So what's worse?
2 minutes, and already you're a dead man.
For telling the truth?
Yes. We are burning people for less. The men you're about to confront have no emotion.
Now, the reason why I thought that was important to play is because it shows that even Hollywood, even those in Hollywood know that this was in the Bible and this was used in Christopher Columbus' diary. But let me ask you this, another question, Apostle Carlos. You believe that Christopher Columbus was looking for India, right?
You know, when it comes to history, right, you have to, I mean,
Do
history
you
is
believe,
his story.
right?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
don't know what
believe-
he was looking for. I know there was a deal made with him and the queen, and he set out, that's what he was supposed to have been doing. So, yeah, that's what history says.
So can I show you something? See if I can, it's just a discussion. Just want to ask you a question. You see this right here, right? You see this, right?
Yes.
You see this line down here that's close to Africa?
Yes.
This is where Christopher Columbus had went. This is his first voyage. His first voyage was in the Caribbeans. You see that arrow here?
Right.
Going down. If he started here and he was trying to go over to find India and he said he wanted to go around, wouldn't he go straight? Wouldn't he have landed in Canada? No, honestly, we just talking. If he said that he was going to India and he wanted to go around the back, if he wanted to go around the back, he would have went straight and landed in Canada. Correct? Yes or no?
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, that makes logical sense, though, right?
Yeah, but I'd have to look at the whole map.
Okay, well, you do know that Europe is north, and you do know that Canada is north, correct?
Right.
All right. Now, this is the reason why, you got that, and this, we just closing out, and this is, like I said, this is just for conversation. It's a discussion, and I wanted to close out with this right here. This is Second Ezra. This is what they don't want nobody to see. This is the verses in the Apocrypha that America don't want you to see. The fake Jews in Israel don't want you to see. Those that know don't want you to see. You got it up?
It's Second Ezra 6.
Second Ezra 13 and 40.
That's 13. All right, come on, sir.
All right, and
It's
we're gonna
Second
close out with this. You got it.
All right, Second Ezra 13 and 40. It says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osei the king, who Salamazar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Did
And
this
he
happen?
carried-
This happen, Apostle Carlos?
Yeah,
All right, keep going.
I'm familiar with it.
Okay, go ahead.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right.
But they took his counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen, and go forth into a further country, where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statuses, their statues, which they never kept in their own land.
So we'll stop right there for a minute. So Apostle Carlos, let's just say, and I know you don't believe it, but let's say hypothetically, this is true, right? And it says, and go further into a further country where neither mankind dwell. that they may keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land. Shouldn't there be some evidence of that?
Yeah. Now, if you're going to say that is the Americas, here's the problem.
No, I didn't say any of that.
Okay, because I'm just.
No. You done. Go ahead, keep going.
Sir. And they never kept in their own land, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood, till they were passed over. For though that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Azareth. Then dwelt they there until the later time, and now when they shall begin to come.
So let me ask you a question, Apostle Carlos. It says, I just want to ask this one question, and then we're gonna close out.
Oh, boy.
It says, I got you. It says, with no man never dwell, mankind never dwell. Notice what it says. It says, where never mankind dwell. So would this be a region where mankind is not at?
What, America?
No, no. I'm just asking you, would this be some, like for instance, you do agree that they were on the continent of Africa, right?
At that time that was written, if they would have been taken away from
no,
where
I'm
they
saying,
were,
would you agree that the Bible took place on that whole continent that we know called
Africa, Asia, and Europe.
Middle East? Was it people living? Was it people living there?
Yes.
Okay, so it was people living there. All right, so that's all. I just wanted to say that. All right, so tonight, hey, we thank you for coming out. You know what I mean, we thank y'all for watching the show. I'm officer 5000 Tashiyam of the ISUPK. It was a great discussion. We're going to try to do this every Sunday. Hopefully, the other brothers come on. They'll get a chance to see that it's fair. We allow everybody to talk. It's just a discussion. It's no beat down or nothing. You can ask me a question. I can ask you a question, and you can move on. You know what I mean? The purpose of the show is so that people can hear Christians dialogue together, and we can laugh, we can talk, but we can also be serious, and we can also look at the scriptures serious. And by looking at them in this discussion, you can have a chance to weigh both sides. You can say, okay, the seed of the serpent, could it be an angelical being, as the brother said, with wings, or a snake?
You're still saying it wrong.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused. I'm still a little baffled on what it is, but that's fine. I let the audience listen, and they'll figure it out. All right. But look, we like to thank y'all for checking out the show, and check us out next Sunday. Like I said, next Sunday, hopefully we'll have a little bit more things to talk about, but we're going to stay in the garden. We're going to stay in the garden. I think next week, I think me and Apostle Carl talked about was Adam the first, and was Cain, Yeah,
we'll find something. We always get together and we come up with something. Like we talk crazy to each other all the time. We love each other. That's my brother right there.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
He ain't worth a wooden nickel, but he's still my brother. I wouldn't trade him in for nobody.
Kash, you want to add to that before I close out?
Sir, this one, Officer Kash, ISUPK. And that's it.
Officer Kash.
Yeah. He doesn't have the patience for your nonsense, Apostle Carl.
Hey, man. It's
not. Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
We do need to start changing the title into like various topics, because I think we conquered
I do too, bro.
the seed of the serpent, and then
so I do agree. We definitely did change.
So y'all don't want to come out of the
explore. Huh?
Y'all want to come out of the garden then? We coming out the
garden?
No.
We just freestyle. What about freestyle? Throw something up there, also, y'all.
All right.
What about these social issues that are going on?
That's just my opinion on it, joint.
We can do that.
What about some of these social issues because church
let's talk
or anything
about it.
else is just a reflection of what goes on?
Let me call you and we'll talk about it.
All right, that'll work.
All right.
All right.
All right. Shalom, Israel.
All right, shalom.